I want to start with spiral roundabouts and just have a brief look at that. We're just going to watch a quick video, and this is a video that we produced about 3 or 4 years ago. It's a really good video on spiral roundabouts. So let's just watch that to start off with. Oh, no, come on.
Okay, we're dealing with a spiral roundabout. Now, in a spiral roundabout, what you've got to do is, a spiral roundabout literally, at every entry to the roundabout, it promulgates, it starts a lane which is going to go outwards and go to exit. So if you follow a spiral roundabout and you stay in your lane, you pick up the right lane on entry, you can just follow that lane to the exit you want to be. If we go in, if we're coming in, if we're this white car coming in, all we have to do is, if we want to get to the third exit, we count 3 lanes across. This is lane 1, that's lane 2, that's lane 3. So if we drive straight into lane 3, got our right signal on, we go all the way around, we keep to our lane, going around in our lane, we will be thrown out, and then we put our left signal on because that's the exit. We can exit onto the lane we wanted to go to. So in a spiral roundabout, all you have to do is, if you're going to the second exit, you count, you go into the second lane. So you go into the roundabout, you go into the second lane, you keep to the second lane, change your signal to left signal, that would have been no signal coming in, and you go out on the roundabout. So in a spiral roundabout, you simply follow your lane round to the end. And the question people always ask me is, how do I know it's a spiral roundabout? When you stop here and you look across from where you are, you'll see that the lane starts on the very inside of the roundabout, and you will know that if a lane starts there, this is a spiral roundabout. In general terms, most spiral roundabouts, all you have to do is get in the number of lanes to which your exit are. So if you're going to the third exit, you want to go in 3 lanes, 1, 2, 3, follow that lane around and it will exit at the point you want to be. And if you need to go all the way around, then what you would do is drive in to the 4th lane. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because that's where it promulgates, and if you follow that lane around, that will drop you out at the exit you came out of. Now, these spiral roundabouts can be open roundabouts. In other words, you are on priority in the roundabout. Remember, just you've got to follow your lane very carefully. Or they can be, they are often marked in closed roundabouts. They're more often used in closed roundabouts because there's more space in closed roundabouts.
Okay, thanks guys. Okay, all right, so basically a spiral roundabout has certain features that you need to be looking at, okay? And those features are, this here is the promulgation of a lane. So if you're coming in here and you want to go to, let's say you want to go to the third exit, you are going to count in, you will be on the very right hand side because you're going to the right. You will be going in with your right signal, and you must go in 3 lanes. So that will be the first lane that you cross. This will be the second lane that you cross, okay? And then this here will be the third lane. So you're going to the third exit. And then you would simply follow that third exit all the way around. And then when you pass this exit here, which is the exit prior to your exit, you would put on your left signal and you would go out of the roundabout. So you only change lanes at the beginning, but the important thing is to realize it's a spiral. Here you can also see this area here, promulgating a lane. The lane starts on the inside, and then gradually as you go around, it moves out towards the outside. And you, at the end of the day, you go all the way out of the lane. Okay? All right, so on a spiral roundabout, what you've always got is you've always got this spiral that is pushing you outwards as you go around. And actually, the nice thing about a spiral is you can go all the way around, and you can actually go to your lane without changing lanes at all. And one of the things you've always got to look at is you're always looking and making sure that you've got the right signaling arrangement, which is the same for all roundabouts, okay? It's always, when you're going into the roundabout, you're going to the right-hand side, beyond 12 o'clock, you should be going in with your right signal. At 12 o'clock or less, you should be going in with no signal. And then if you're going to the first exit, you should be going in with your left signal, okay? All right, so that's just basic stuff. What this is about, we've done the video. What this is about is this promulgation. We're going to look at the crooked billet, and I'm going to ask you guys if you know what to do. That's the promulgation. So if you're coming in from this side over here and you look across, you would see the promulgation, and then immediately you would know you're going onto a spiral roundabout. So you would see this promulgation, and that's the only telling point that you're going onto a spiral roundabout. There are no other markings. The normal markings that you get, like this is just a warning that you're coming up to a spiral roundabout, and the leaderboard is a warning you're coming up to the spiral roundabout. All of those things at the end of the day are just simply there so that you know it's a roundabout. There is nothing apart from that promulgation point that actually tells you you're going onto a spiral. So this promulgation, in other words, the starting point of the actual spiral at the exit point, is the only thing that tells you you're going onto a spiral roundabout. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, now the spiral roundabouts, to make sure you get it right, the golden rule is your lane guides you to your exit. Okay, your lane guides you to your exit. Your main job is to choose the correct lane before you enter, or to move to the correct lane as soon as you have entered. And we are going to look at how you do that and why that is a second option. Once in the correct spiral lane, that will guide you all the way through to your next exit. Okay, so this one here is nicely marked in colors. I stole this out of a book, and you can see if you're going in on the first exit and you're going left, you would go in on the left hand side, yeah, and you would keep to the left hand side. So you would keep to the left hand side and you would go out on the left hand side, and it would be one signal in, and you go into the first lane. This is the first lane if you're coming from the bottom. This is your first lane, so one lane in. Now if you're going to the second lane, you have to go in two lanes, so 1, 2, and when you're in lane 2, you just follow lane 2 around and it will kick you out on the second exit.